What's up, guys?
What's up,
Jeff?
on?
What's up?
We made it in.
You made it back to Indiana, okay?
Not bad. The plane flight was fine.
Oh God, I thought you drove. I thought you were like us poor people who had to drive.
Damn right, I drove all night.
I did too.
How long did it take you?
I left at 10:30. I got home at 11:30.
Oh, you dirty dog. I left at midnight and got at a rest area at 4 o'clock in Virginia and slept for 2 hours and then made it home by 9 to make the birthday party. So we made it.
It was a lonely, dark ride for me.
Not as dark as mine.
So first race of the year, PDRA kicked off. Galot, a lot of things happening. Jeff, I didn't see your name on the sheet there. What happened?
It was not on the sheet. I don't know. We got behind. I don't know. Ran a 64 in testing. We had some good test hits. I was decent on the tree, okay in qualifying, and third qualifier comes around. We figure we pick up one or two numbers. We only picked up one. We needed a little bit more than that. We were off by a thou, I think. I think Barnett got us by a thou.
Yeah. I mean, it was tough. Q1 did not go as planned for me, and I don't be honest with you guys, I didn't really get to watch a lot because it was just the schedule change and being the first one of the year, and it's a home race for me. So I had a lot of people in my pits, and you were only 2 trailers down from me. I mean, we taught 2 times, maybe 3 times.
Yeah, it was busy.
So what happened Q1? I didn't get to see your run.
Q1 we ran a 67 with a 5. And I believe actually we went back out there on Q2 and did the same thing again, 67 with a 5. It was like a freaking bracket car.
Yeah. I mean,
stepped it up a little bit and I think we ran a 66 with a 3, I believe is what we ran. Just not enough. It's just we struggle with sometimes in the heat. It seems like with that car. The car's just an older chassis, little finicky compared to your car and Camp's car. Pretty, you guys. It does what it wants to do. When Brandon puts those tunes in there, if he's trying to back it down on mine, he's got to back it down double. Or vice versa. It just doesn't respond like your guys' responds. And I don't know if it's our setup, whatever, but it's just something we got to work at a little bit harder.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. Q1 was because it was for nobody that didn't pay attention, but whatever. We normally run Q1 on Friday at like 12 o'clock or something like that. And it's normally in the heat of the day, which we're kind of used to. But Tyler decided to change it up since it was going to be the first race of the year. And after it was all over with, I actually talked to some spectators and they were kind of bummed out about it, but it made sense. And when I thought about it, because last year it was cold as balls and wind was blowing, and I think that's why he did it once. I haven't spoke to him. I spoke to him once about it, and he said that it was a schedule change because he thought he was going to have a lot of cars and he needed to make sure he got in, and the weather's kind of iffy in North Carolina this time of year. But once I looked at it, like, you're right. If it had been 50 or 55 like it normally is, it probably would have been better because we'd have been done before it got really dark and cold.
Yeah.
And you did not qualify, Jeff, which is a bummer, being a long ways to go. But
and that's the first time that's happened, and I can't tell you how long. Well, we didn't qualify for the World Series 2 years ago, and before that, it might have been another year. I mean, so in 2 or 3 years, there's only one qualifier we've ever missed, and that's impressive for Brandon to tune something like that, and my team to make that car ready to go every single freaking race. And we've qualified for some big ass races.
Absolutely.
When we were at the end of the track, I believe Courtney, I don't think she realized that there was 2 or 3 people behind us that could bump us. She's like, "You're in 15, you're locked in." I'm like, "Oh, great. Awesome." I'm like, we were talking in the pits that we hadn't been in this situation before. It's been a long time since we've been in this situation, and it's really hard to understand that till you're sitting there, third qualifier, and you're number 15, and you put a number up on the board too, and you're like, oh shit, I don't know if this is going to stick or not.
Yeah, a lot to do with the amount of cars there too. A lot of cars, a lot of fast. Everybody's fast.
I would have never guessed how tight that was. I don't know. I don't know. I think I second guessed a lot of those guys out there.
Yeah.
I had no idea they were going to all be right there.
I think we all did. And I'm like I say, I mean, in Q1, I screwed up. Well, we got some new track prep this year. So it's not the normal guys that normally do it. I seen Tyler and these guys were kind of doing it themselves, like it used to be. Bradshaw wasn't there, and Bradshaw is one of a kind. He does a great job. Not that they didn't do a great job, but it just definitely wasn't the track that we had got a company to in prior race.
Bradshaw showed a lot of those guys how to do that, right?
And I would think so. And Tyler's done the track. He does a track at Virginia.
Oh yeah, he definitely knows what he's doing.
He knows, but once you get going and you got that many cars, and we had record highs here in North Carolina. It was 90 degrees one day. So Preston Tanner oiled the track down in front of me. And I actually had two tune-ups loaded in Q1, and one was kind of fast and one was slow because I really didn't know what we were going to get into. Camp goes right down in front of me. He goes 66. Well, I'm thinking, okay, so I'm set up 5 or 4 to 6 is what I'm thinking. And mine goes out there and just blistered this tire. And I turned it up on 2 wheels just about. And some of it was me and some of it was the track. It just wasn't what we thought what needed to be. My car never really gives me a lot out of shape, and when it does, it's normally because we try to go too fast, and we try to go too fast for that situation. Steve, what about you, Q1? I didn't get to see much. What happened to you?
We went out there and went 64-3, I think, or something like that, which we ran well all through testing, 63, 64s, and we carried that right into, Q1. Q2, same thing, another 64, and then 63 something another, or 63.5 or whatever, ended up number 5 there in Q3. We never picked up in those night sessions where I thought we could run 61 or 2. We didn't pick that up, but the car was very consistent, so I can't complain a lot about the car. It did very, very well. We need to find a number or 2 in the night sessions.
Oh, good God. You guys qualify. I mean, Screwblowers win number 1. What are you bitching about?
Well, I mean, hey, those flags are 2 and 3.
What have they won the last 10 races? I don't even know. I quit counting.
I don't even. But anyway,
let's put some more weight on the Pro Chargers.
Or Pro Chargers. We got a refrigerator underneath.
All this great stuff, and Jason carrying around 2 trophies in his back pocket for the season. He got them big things behind him. He talking all that shit.
No, definitely with the schedule change things up. It definitely. I'm like I never really went into having to sleep that night with a qualifier not being qualified. So it was different for me too. I know Jeff. I felt for him. I mean, what do you say?
Yeah.
So Q2, Jeff, he went 66. That was in the day again at 2:00. They decided to put it out there in the heat. And we just had to get down there, and I went 64. We thought it would go low 5, and it ended up going to 4, which I think was good. Steve, what did you do?
The second qualifier, I think I went 64-3 Q2.
Yeah. And that's when Melanie laid down that frickin' 61.
Yeah. I was number 1, and she goes out there and rips a 61, which was very impressive for those conditions for any of us, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't understand, and I know John.
Did you win that race last year at that track?
No. Todd won it. I was late.
Okay. Okay. I thought someone said she won it last year.
No,
I didn't make it last year.
She won it the year before.
Okay.
Yep.
She won it the year before. Yep. Because I run it up last year against Todd there. But I think that she had the best combination at the time, and they race like that. They race balls out.
Yeah.
They're going to get the most potential out of the track at that time. So if she goes out there and she shakes the tires, you better be looking at your tune-up.
Yep.
So,
Johnny's got a handle on that car as well. He's really, those guys were there Sunday. They made 8 rips on Sunday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We
need the street outlaw rule where you can't test before
2 weeks prior to the event.
Yeah.
It's just getting great. These cars are getting, obviously we all know this, they're getting serious. I mean, it's just turned into professional category at the end of the day. And it's the most
category with amateur pay.
Correct. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're all doing this for fun. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of money being spent to run these cars, and Pro Boost is the most competitive class out there. Period.
Yeah. And testing's everything. Testing's everything.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact that we got charged for open testing and then 2 runs on that, and then we had a test on Thursday, and then
I got caught in that. I show up for testing, and the guy goes, "Where's your green dot?" I'm like, "What green dot?" He's like, "Did you pay for testing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I paid for 2 days." And he's like, "Well, there's actually 2 payments today. One is for 200, and I guess the other one is 200 also, or something at 400. I don't even know."
Yeah,
I'm like, shit. That wasn't that clear, when we were buying tickets, that you had to pay twice for that day.
Yeah, and I'm not getting in. I mean, I'm going to tell you on this podcast, I'm going to tell you like it is, and they can text me later and cuss me or whatever they want to do. But I mean, there was a lot of complaints about that, and I see it. It's a business. We run our business, you run you guys' business, and you got to try to do it. I think there was a little better way to maybe wrap that up in there, and I think we should
just got to make it clear. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't test a lot just because we had had a lot of runs, and I've got a lot of runs on my car, and I know Galot pretty good. So I basically scuffed in some tires and made sure it went straight, and that was it. So I can't really bitch about the testing. I know some guys really needed the testing, and it worked out for them to having the open testing. I think next year maybe we just need to start on Tuesday and have 2 days of open testing, and then do our regular scheduled testing on Thursday, and let's go with it, kind of like we do at the World Series or Snowbirds.
I agree with you. It kind of caught us off guard too. Pay in the morning, pay in the evening. With that amount of cars, I mean, really, what do you get? 1 or 2 hits in each session at the most?
Yeah. And the way I felt about it, they cut us short last year on a bunch of sessions where we were supposed to get 4 sessions, and we only got 3. And I'm like, you probably owe me anyway. So,
checks in the mail.
Yeah.
But at the same token, I mean, I feel like in our program, every hit we miss, if I don't make that run, I feel like I'm a run behind.
And you can get like that racing. I mean, I in nitrous I was like that, and I've been like that in Pro Boost. If you get that run behind, you cannot progress your program for that race.
Yep.
And I think that's what happened to you, Jeff. I mean, you probably missed it a number or 2 on Q1, and then so you're 1 number behind on Q2, and then you're 1 number behind on Q3 because it's just hard, because you get put at the front of the field for, a lot of people don't know, if you suck in a qualifying session, you're first out in the next one.
Yep.
So, and that kind of happened to me, which I was grateful to be first out at 2:00 on Thursday.
Yeah, and you got to get better track conditions.
Friday, because it didn't get as hot.
Yep.
But so Q3 rolls around and you go 64. You know what you went, Jeff?
No, Q3 I was at 66. 66.3. I had 64 on testing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. So you were a run behind.
Yeah.
Right. So what was the bump? 66.2 or so, something like that.
66.2. I ran a 66.3.
Yep. So it's 3 numbers off. I figured it'd be a 63 or 64.
Yeah.
That's what I was do with the heat, I think.
And I went out there and we tried to go a 61 to a 63, and we ended up going 62. And I felt like I left a little bit on the table, but I really wasn't going after number 1 because I don't think I could have beat her, and I knew she was going to come behind me with I really felt like she was going 59, 60. And
she just I had that feeling too. She's going to keep getting faster, and she sure was, for sure.
And she ripped her rear end out as she came around the corner. I heard it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It sounded like a bag of rocks. I said, "Hey, Mel, you got some rocks in your ass."
We had to give her a rear there. We give her one. It's all good.
Oh, see, now you're the damn cause of it.
Yeah.
We both cars are identical, so anything in our trailer's theirs, and anything in their trailer's ours. That deal works both ways. And
I would have.
She was fast from the time she come off the trailer. She was, and she drove her ass off.
Oh, she was killing the tree. I haven't seen her good on that tree in a long time.
No, and I think that's a testament because she kind of has been struggling. Me and her have talked a few times. She's been struggling on tree the last year or so, and everybody was on the tree. If you go back, there were some guys that had some slip ups, but like I was 006, 002, and I had 35, 45 in the box, and I was still 15 with that in the box. So, I mean, the tree was definitely on point, and the guys have really put their game up, and they're trying to get beat on hole shots. But
a lot of reds.
First round, I drew Tom Blinko, and haven't really raced him. He's an NMCA guy, so you know him pretty good.
I do, and he's running the best I've ever seen him run. I think he ran a 64 or something like that to get in the show. He's doing it,
which is awesome for them guys. I'm glad to see some NMCA guys come over and do that and give them a place to race. And I'm glad to see some competition. Super nice guy. Never, spoke to him in staging lanes and things like that, but he ended up blowing a tire off. He actually treed me a little bit. He had me like 3,000 on the tree, but I'd kind of set up in my mid-20s and just to see if I could go down, and we did, and we actually pretty good run. Steve, who'd you have first round?
I had who the hell did I have? God Almighty, that's bad. Oh, I had the guys beside us Pro Tour. I seem to pick all you flathead guys.
You had my boy Raymond.
I had Motto. And you know what? I'd pay attention to, I don't know about you guys, but I pay attention in qualifying and what those guys do. And I mean, obviously they was running good. They was qualified up there, but I paid attention to his reaction times and stuff, and he was killing it all weekend.
What he 006 red against you or something?
Yeah, he was 006 red, and I was late. I don't know what the hell
he was going to take the king's head with him. Is what he was going to
me off bad, and he was 80, and he actually shook. He got out there and shook, and I think he went 70 something. My 64.
You know why he shook? He's carrying all that damn weight they put on us.
Oh Lord, I thought y'all just put
a little hard to recover when all that shit's in the back of the trunk when we launch.
Hey, tell him don't be scared. Get the wheels up.
Yeah, Raymond Matos and them guys, they're in the club with me and Jeff here on the Pro Charger side. And they're good guys. They're Puerto Rican. We don't really see them a lot. We only see them like somebody said you were 087, Steve? I
was 087. I was late as hell. Don't even I was embarrassed.
Should be.
I was. But I got the win.
Screw Charger's so damn fast, he just waited for him to leave. That's what
right.
Did.
Exactly. I don't know about all that now. Come on now. But I was late. I don't know what the hell. I've been up and down. Like I'll be killer and then I'm good and then or bad and then I've been up and down. I don't know what the hell's been going on. We blame this. I've changed visors. I've changed buttons. I've been changing everything, trying to make things.
You ever tried changing the driver?
That's what going to be the next step. Gene said the driver's out the fucking door.
So had to put old Miller back in there.
Yeah, Jeff get in there. We're gonna be overweight then.
That's all you do is eat every time I go over there. There's boxes of pizza and wings and all kinds of stuff.
Man, we like eating over there.
Tell me that bullshit y'all are working all the time. You eating all the time.
Hey, all my pants and shit's dirty. Got oil and shit. I go over there. He said, "What are you dirty for?" They over there sleeping, drinking tea. I go by Rudolph's. Ain't nobody doing nothing. I go by, I come to Harris. No, everybody's talking and lollygag. I think it's just a big party on that in the Flathead pits. Everybody ain't nobody doing nothing.
God, here we go. So second round, I drew Miss Tutterow, Little Ty. And I don't think I've ever raced him maybe once.
Is that when he blew the scoop?
He blew it first round.
I think he blew it every round.
Yeah, he blew it every round.
That's right. Yeah, he had it all duct tape up there at the end, didn't he?
Yeah, so I ran him second round. He is 006. He took the old party times head with him. I'm I'm walking 15, and as I leave, I'm out, and then he goes out in front of me, and I'm like, what the flip is going on? I'm looking out the window, bracket race, I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and I see him blow up. Well, I start making my way back around him, and then mine kind of lays down again. And for some reason, it put number 7 cylinder out. So I don't know if it was my spark plug, spark box, spark something. I don't know if my dad got his greasy chicken fingers on the spark plug wire and then put it on all the way, or what.
Bob told us the plugs had 20 runs on them. That's probably what happened.
Well, he's probably not wrong.
Yeah.
we're poor, I can't even pay attention, much less buy spark plugs. So
you'd shit your pants. You see in my shop how many spark plugs I got.
I guarantee you. Can I get them? I can clean them off. I got a cleaner.
I throw them away because I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to look.
I bought a spark plug tester off Temu, and I rigged it up for our Hemi plugs, so you can put it in there and you can load test them. And I don't really know if it's done anything or anything. It definitely didn't work this time.
Yep. So I got fortunate second round though. I had the Carolina kid who we all know is badass when he pulls up there every time. So
yeah, he'll chop your head off on the tree.
It was I got his ass that time. I 006 on him, so I had to redeem it.
How the hell do you go from 87 to 006?
I told you I'm up and down, dude. You never know. I think I blinked and let off the button. I didn't see nothing, but anyway, that thing carried the wheels out there, and I think we went 63.5 to his 64.1 or 2 or whatever.
Man, that was a good run. Hell yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was 18. I think he was 18 on the tree, and he runs 64.
He don't get much worse than a 25.
No, yeah, he definitely not. Racing him over after all these years I've raced him, I know how he is, and I mean, I love to see that gay blower on blower crime. So that's fine. You guys can beat each other up.
We got rid of that shit. Yep, but that was close. That was a big race. For me, when you go up against that guy, you got to have your shit together. Period.
Yeah. Who was tuning it? Was Jamie still tuning him or Petty or?
Yeah, Jamie's still tuning in.
Jamie's still tuning in.
Yep. And they got the EFI. The difference between Steve and Melanie and Travis's is EFI, and I think it's coming a long ways. It's a Noonan EFI piece. Obviously Proline built and Proline maintained. They are super good team. I mean, I know this. Yeah. You know that. You had to step up. So now I'm out, and you're the only one left, Steve. So what happened?
Well, we got Miss Slimmy, who's our team car, and John put us, we got over in the other lane. We run the left lane all week and all weekend, which was the preferred lane, I think, for everyone. Got switched over to the other lane, and she tattooed me kind of like first round.
He felt like he didn't want to sleep on the couch that night, right?
I didn't want to get kicked out of camp. No, she tattooed me. I think she was 15 or something on the tree to my 60. I think I was 60. I went from 006 to 60, but she may goes out there and goes 61.9, I think, to my 64 again. I got a bracket car can run 63 or 4 pretty much every run.
Did everything you can do.
Yeah, John gave us a good deal. I think it got out there and wagged his tail a little bit out there about the 330, and we lost a little bit out there, moved over to the wall, and so we lost a little bit there. So, hey, right now she's got the faster car, and she was the better driver this weekend for sure.
Yeah. I posted something on her page. I don't know if it was her posting it. Like congratulations, you guys started out strong and finished stronger. Like I've never seen anything like it. Like she was strong. And then she just kept killing it.
Yeah.
Killing it.
I mean, we all know that she's dangerous.
Yeah,
as a driver, as far as getting beat. We've all, she hasn't won these races and done what she's done to not be dangerous. I mean, hats off to Melanie. She was probably due that win. I mean, we're all friends and we all get along to a certain extent when it comes to outside the racing world, but on the track, I know she'll cut through. Me and her have an ongoing $5 bet on reaction time, no matter when we run.
I love it.
I think we're even up now. I'm not sure, but so she goes to the finals against my buddy John Camp, another pro charger guy.
Another flat hood. There you go, flat hood on the screw.
Yep. So
Johnny was killing the tree too, man.
Johnny was, like I told you, everybody was really on it.
Killing the tree.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, so Johnny comes over before the round and he's like, man, I might stick it in deep. I'm gonna try to get. I said, look, John, just do your normal deal, be teen, go 61 or 2, and she's got to get inside that. And if she does, she's gonna beat you no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So, I go over to the pit, me and Brandon are talking, and I'm like, Brandon, you got to go 0 or 1 because that's where she's gonna be. And he goes, yeah, I know. I just don't know how much more we have left. And I'll be God's honest truth. We were all tapped out. I mean, I was tapped out on the 2 run that night, and he was tapped out in the finals. And she goes,
hey, Jason, what was the DA and the water grains then in the finals?
It was 96 grains and 1,500 something DA. So it was still pretty tough.
Yeah.
The grains of water is what really got us. I mean, I think it hurt us all. And it really hurts us because our intake air temperature is so high.
Yeah.
So, we can't – we're burning pure water.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes 001 to his 18, which he's not bad. He's teen.
No, he's 100%.
I'll take teen and 62 any day of the week.
All day.
Yep.
And that was 2 great runs. 2 great runs and 2 great reaction times. What else can you ask for?
No, it was a great – and John wasn't even upset. I talked to him after the race. I stayed, and after the race, he was – what do? You get your ass beat. I mean, it's what it is. It's the same thing that happened to all of us this weekend. Yeah. I mean, and a lot of people don't understand that there was 30 cars there, 27 cars.
29.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah.
So there's only one person out of that group that's going home happy.
Yep.
You're right.
And you got to think about that. I mean, Jeff didn't qualify, which is terrible and it's bad. I mean, I lost second round, which might as well be a DNQ. And then you got beat by a girl. So
the whole deal was even tough. I mean, I go to World Series had 80 cars, but this is only a 16-car field to get in there, right?
Yeah.
And it's almost on the same type of level with 29 cars and 16-car field. So, yeah. And Melanie did give me a real good ass kicking. Of course, she gave the whole field a good ass kicking, so I can.
I give her credit. She fights like a man. She goes at
me. Yeah, that's the best I've seen her drive in over a year.
When you roll up beside her, you better get 2 handfuls.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's on it. Watch out for her.
No shit. I got to deal with her the rest of the year because she's going to be able to roll and knock it off. And I mean, we all are. So.
Yep.
So that's it for Pro Boost. We all got our asses kicked and came on home. Luckily, my short ride was nice and quiet. Yep. But there was some stuff going on at the racetrack. It got bought by IHRA.
Yeah. So, what about that? Is that real?
Yeah, real money.
It's real this time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Real money. Yeah. Real.
What
do we think's going to go down there? What do we think's going to go down there?
You probably have the better insight, don't you, Jason? Since that's kind of your local track. Do you know the owners or anything like that?
No, my dad, he knows them. He met them. They came and asked him some questions about some other places around here that might be interested in. But I mean, I don't know much about Larry Morgan. I know he's a pro stock racer. I don't know anything about the guy that bought it. I do know, and I think we all remember running IHRA back in the late 90s, 2000s, mid 2000s. That was the heyday of Pro Mod and everything that's going down. And I run class racing back then. I didn't run Pro Mod, won a lot of Top Dragster and Quick Rod. From what I was told, I think Little Spook, which is Josh Peak, he's going to keep his job there. They're going to keep him on to run the track. They're going to do some upgrades, which I don't think there's not much to do there, but
nice place.
It is a nice place. I think they're going to look into the future. As far as PDRA and Galot, I do not know. That will be a question I cannot answer. Hopefully we get to stay there. If not, I mean, there's some other places in North Carolina, Rockingham.
So is IHRA thinking about Pro Mod? Because I looked at their schedule. It didn't show anything like with any Pro Mod on there.
I don't know what they're thinking of. I mean, I think they're, I think they came out preemptively and said they bought all these tracks and they really didn't. I think that was a miscue as far as media. They were talking about buying these tracks,
right?
And now they're going to get the tracks bought, which is a good idea, and then sit down and try to see what kind of organization they can put together. I know Nitro is real big in their foresight. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't. Once you see Nitro, it's kind of hard to go back to anything else.
Right. For the average guy, the real racers like the other stuff, but your average family coming to the racetrack loves those Nitro cars.
Of course they do. Yeah.
I would like to see some of the index classes come back and just move around. I think the indexes are 30 years old and they need to be updated. I think Quick Rod should be 470 in eighth. I think everything should move up a second.
Technology.
Yeah, and then combine stock and super stock if you're going to run those, and do away with maybe do away with hot rod. I don't know how many hot rod guys or super street, they call it. I don't know how many of those guys are still around, but I enjoyed quick rod racing, index racing, but obviously I don't know if I could go back to it, but I'd try it.
I won't.
Do you think they jumped? Do you think
I've been there? I'm good.
Do you think they jumped the gun, Jason? Do you think they jumped the gun, releasing their buying all this stuff, and then the obviously Facebook and everything blew up because they jumped the gun before, and then with the tracks releasing saying, hey, they didn't do it?
Or do you think they did that purposely?
I don't know what they did.
That's a brilliant move if they did that purposely, because it created a little shit storm there for a little while.
I just hope we don't have another Torco or KH or this crap that I've seen happen over the Nas racing. Remember these guys? I mean, these guys go in, they go crazy, they buy up all this shit, and then in 2 years they're dumping it all for half price, and then we've got to reset.
Yeah, that's what I think they should just do what they're doing, get their program in place, and put a full schedule for next year. Right now, we're already season started. That's my opinion.
I don't think anything should be done for this year. I mean,
they're already behind.
But they've got a schedule out now, though, don't they?
Yeah, but I think it's more of that bracket stuff. They were real bracket oriented, and that's totally fine. I don't think PDRA is going anywhere. I don't know what Tom and
they're not going anywhere.
No, I think we're going to have to restructure some races around if they don't allow it. But I really think these guys that IHRA are trying to make another place for us to race, another organization like NHRA to bring us to the spotlight. And if that's the case, then I'm all for it. I was going to take somebody intelligent behind the scenes to do it. I think
all the sponsorships, you better be good.
Yeah, I think it's got to stay 8th mile. I think quarter mile has its place. I just don't think in where we run. I'm not too thrilled about running quarter mile. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't, but
we're not. We won't run quarter mile. None of us is going to do that. Not in outlaw.
No.
We will.
I think
so much shit up that you won't even know.
I think NHRA, let them have quarter mile. Let them have their nitro stuff.
Yeah.
You build on a sportsman class, kind of like what PDRA has done, and you kind of just tweak it and give us another place to race, maybe one race a month, and bigger and better places, and let's kind of see what happens.
Hopefully more closer to the Midwest, like Indianapolis area. That'd be great.
It's not our fault to live in the tundra.
That'd be great.
I think they got some big shoes to fill by starting all the stuff that's happened on, obviously, some of the shit shows on social media from the get-go. So they've got some big shoes to fill, and JT just said it's hard enough to be competitive on nitro cars to fill both NHRA and IHRA classes, which I do agree with that as well. I don't know how many nitro cars out there are going to run.
Well, you don't have those. You don't have the lower end nitro cars anymore. You used to have, like Clay Milliken, for example. He would run IHRA, and then once in a while he would dip into NHRA, and that's where he got started. So that's cool. But I just don't think there's any more lower end nitro guys to keep it going. I think like when we go to Michigan, they have that vintage nitro stuff. That's pretty cool. I mean, I enjoy watching it.
I'll be honest with you, that was the biggest crowd we ran under all season. I personally think that place was packed.
Yeah, let them do their little cackle fest or whatever they do.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a muscle move towards PDRA. I would assume there's probably been some conversation about them buying PDRA. Obviously, Tommy's not in it for the money because if he was, he wouldn't be drag racing.
Yep.
I think PDRA is going to stay where it's at. I think it's going to have to do some restructuring as far as tracks, and we may still go to Galot. I don't know. That's going to be a question to answer. If not, like you say, Rockingham's a good facility. We're right down the road. I really feel like IHRA will accept PDRA and maybe change their structure a little bit, but I don't think
it sounds like the PDRA is, they're trying to get the sponsorships in there to pay the big money out, and they're I think what did Nitrous get 20 grand?
Nitrous got 20 grand. Yeah.
Yeah. So at least they're trying. I know it's by a per race deal, and whoever wants to sponsor that, come up with that extra 10 grand or whatever it is, but at least they're moving in the right direction, and it's not just say, hey, it's 10 grand for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But they've got, I don't know, the last time we talked, last podcast, we were talking about Wes Buck and how he's brought the big money. And I think it really rubs off on all these other classes. Haney's already guaranteeing 20 grand a race, for the Midwest drag racing series. And that's, you're going to have to compete with that. I mean, I don't know how you just can't deny what he's paying. You can't deny that. The guy's paying $20,000. You're going to have to step up sooner or later. And it's not the Franklins, I'm sure they're busting their ass trying to get the sponsorships, but they'll come along. Hopefully.
I hope IHRA don't come in and then PDRA, we go to Rockingham or whatever we do there and water down the market.
And that's a possibility. I really feel like Northeast did that a little bit in the last couple of years. I mean, there was a lot of guys who normally wouldn't have ran Galot that were there because there is no Northeast and because there was no NMCA. So that shows you, they had 17 guys in Pro Nitrous. You had 29 in our class. So there was probably 6 or 7, maybe 10 that wouldn't have been there had there been an NMCA or a Northeast Outlaw. And I don't want to see any organization go away because I love for guys to race, but in the same way, if you put on $200,000 bracket races a month apart or in the same area, one of them's going to suffer.
Yeah,
and that's because guys can't afford to go to both of them.
No.
Yep.
And the competition.
But when you put on $1 million race, people figure out how to go there.
They do. But I still think it's a one-time a year thing. I don't think you can do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. The $1 million race is a one-time a year. And you're right. $200,000.
Well, that's a question. That's a question to be asked you. If NMCA had still been around, would you have been at Galot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well,
for sure, I'd be at Galot. I feel nothing against NMCA at all.
Yeah.
Competition was good. And there was a few guys that were hard to beat,
Yeah.
But not as hard as PDRA. I mean, the deck is stacked there. Those guys, it's deep.
And that's where I was going with it. I mean, if you have those races, you're going to have some teams are going to go there because they feel like maybe they don't have that top 5 or 8 cars.
I used to always think that. I was like, let's just go to NMCA. It's closer to my house. Not as good as competition. Once again, nothing against anyone else there. But it doesn't teach you anything. You got to race with the best mothers out there, period, to get better. You got to race with people who are better than you to get any better.
Yep.
In my opinion.
I did it for years. I didn't have the budget, but Ric Flair, whatever, you want to beat a man, you got to beat the man. And that's the way it is.
Yeah, best man.
Right there. He's the man right now.
You learn. Whether you don't realize it or not, you learn from racing people who are better than you.
100%.
He's got Bob with him, and they still want to kick his ass.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where I came from. And this is from my personal experience. I ran local stuff here, Quick 8, Big Dog. And then when ADRL came around, I went several times and didn't qualify. And qualifying was winning the race for me. And then I kept on and kept on and kept on. And then all of a sudden I, won a round, and then I won a race, and then it went away. But, that's where you got to go. I went and remember and just sitting there as a 25-year-old kid watching Castellanos pits and watching what they did and watching what Shannon Jenkins and them guys did between rounds and learned. And that's kind of where I went. And that's how I got to where I am today. And work ethic and running the best is where you're going to get. So I don't want to discourage any of them guys from coming to run with us thinking we're badasses, because we are badasses.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a badass, you gotta, and everybody has the same opportunity we have. And you can get a lucky day where my spark plug goes out and, Jeff Rudolph doesn't qualify and Steve King goes to nap on a tree. That can happen
all the time.
100%. But it's going to make your program better. You race. Even when we came into PDRA, I was used to some other stuff. I could not have to be 20 on the tree, what I think you have to be. And I could go a round or two before I felt like I had to buckle down. Now, that's not the case. So
you got to buckle down first round.
Yeah. You have to buckle. I personally, right now, I've been even in testing trying to kill the tree on purpose because I know I have to get better. I'm up and down, and I know I used to be good when I needed to be good.
Yep.
But no longer that's the case. You got to be good.
Ask Brandon. I would I'd go into testing and qualifying and get a 90 light and all that. And my guys are like, "You suck on the tree." I'm like, "I'm not even trying." And I started thinking, and this is about a year ago. I'm like, "Well, you're not getting practice if you're not trying." It is.
That's
start hammering that tree every single time. I was just in my mind. I want to focus on that run only. Who cares about the tree? So that went away about a year ago, and I'm like, now we need to seriously.
It has to. The
treat every single time you take that light.
Yeah, my dad's the same way. I mean, he bitched me out over a 60, 70 light, and I'm trying to make sure it's two-step, and I'm trying to make sure the guy beside me.
That's what I was doing. I was like, can I hear? Is the engine up on RPMs long enough? Shit, 90 light. Who cares? It's just
I rolled the beams and testing. I got a new button in the car, and I lowered that bitch. Well, Jeff did. Jeff lowered it all the way down, and I could not feel that bitch with my glove on. And when I pushed down, I wasn't pushing the button. And when the throttle, we rolled the beam.
Pushing the steering wheel.
Yeah.
We gotta get the tech department.
That's what we're all trying to do. That's what we're all
illegal button. I'm gonna write that down. Illegal button.
Write that down.
Yep. Okay.
It's got a delay in it or something.
So let's talk about the biggest elephant in the room that was there. It was the talk. I mean, we might as well not even been there. Why my light keeps up?
What'd you do? Did you turn a spotlight on?
I don't know.
He started talking about nitrous, and all the lights come on.
The holy nitrous war. I don't. It obviously the man of the hour was not there.
Yeah,
it was very obvious, and we had kind of expected this. I'd kind of heard through the little girly nitrous grapevine that this was going to happen, that he wasn't going to be there. Wasn't sure why. Like I was, obviously he wrecked and he got a new car, but he still had an old car, and I felt like that Jim would have been there if they would have been able to. He puts a statement out saying the reason he wasn't there was because he felt like there was an unfair rule change made that I don't know if it affected his combination. Nothing's ever been said about it. So for people prior, push system is a system that is put on top of a nitrous bottle to keep the nitrous pressure constant throughout the run. So what it does, it is either CO2 or some sort of gas that is pushed on top of the nitrous bottle that keeps it at 900 PSI. So there is no drop in bottle pressure. What it could do, I don't know.
Which is a nitrous car worst enemy is bottle pressure throughout the run.
Yep. I think it was originally invented for guys that run street cars. They didn't have to ride around with a heater on all the time and keep bottles hot. Obviously, Brandon or somebody figured out that it would work in a race car. Not that they were running. I really don't know. I don't know if they were running or not. But the rule was made that they were not going to have a push systems in nitrous. It angered the Halsley God, and they decided they were not going to run. The statement was tasteful. It was basically saying, "Hey, I'm not doing this because of that." I don't think Jim wrote it. If he did, he needs to write for Trump. But
His PR girl wrote that one.
yeah, I don't know. Kathy, I don't know. Kathy would have had some colorful words in there if she'd have done it.
That wasn't Kathy's words.
Yeah. So when this is out, and I don't know if it affected anybody. I mean, I don't know how Tommy felt about it. I didn't really talk to him about it.
Yeah, I'd like to hear Tommy's.
Yeah, I would have to. My man, old burnt biscuit himself, Lyle Barnett, gets on there and says, "Well, hey, if you think you're so big and bad, why don't you come run Pro Boost?" And I was told that he was going to run Pro Boost, and he was told no. Now, I don't know how much truth that is, but
really,
as somebody,
Jimmy's badass. He's the baddest nitrous guy in the country.
100%. Not taking anything away from him. Yeah,
he's the GOAT. He's definitely the GOAT.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about a 25-year-old kid that got drunk in Howl at the Moon in Orlando and tried to run him heads up with a 632.
Yep. That might not have worked out so good. Just saying.
Did you bet money on that one?
I did not, but I tried.
Bob did. Bob was betting. I could see it.
Yeah, we probably was. Well, he wasn't even in there. My dad ain't been to a bar. Good God. Only thing he goes to is a salad bar.
But at the end of the day, what is the right thing? What's the right thing? As far as, I mean, obviously, I'm not a rules maker, right? I don't know nothing about.
I'll give you my opinion. I'm gonna let Jason go with this one because Jason is definitely well versed than we are on the nitrous.
All right,
but I've heard so much different opinions between Barnett and everyone, and and I've ran nitrous, but not at nitrous and pro mod. I know a little bit about nitrous. I understand that they're so far behind, than the boost is. Here's what I take. There's no answer. There's no answer. Everyone says, hey, what's the answer? What's the answer? Give me your take on it. There is no answer. It is what it is for now. In my opinion, you're never going to make that class compete with Pro Boost. I don't know how you would.
I think one or two cars could. The ones that have the bigger budgeting teams, like Jimmy and Tommy.
Yeah.
I think, and Pap seems to be, Pap.
But when you narrow it down to just two guys, the class goes away.
I agree. I think the rule was made because it was going to try to limit the class for a money issue. And that is my feeling. I think a lot of the guys didn't want to reinvent their program by putting a pusher system in and go to burning up pistons trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the right move. I think if you want Pro Nitrous to succeed, it needs – because where does it go from here? I think you need to put pusher systems in and let them run.
I 100% agree with that. 100% agree. If you want to get them faster, let them get faster. That's what they're all looking for, right? To try to get fast enough. Like Halsey said in a statement, he wants to be fast enough to try to run in the World Series of Pro Mod. I get that. If you keep limiting people or nitrous guys from developing the program, they're never going to be fast enough to run in the World Series or any other event, other than PDRA. Yeah.
So as somebody who's burnt more pistons than probably most of y'all have, it is financially irresponsible to run nitrous at this time, unless you just have a lot of money you want to burn.
Can't disagree.
Those guys, the guys that are running nitrous, are doing a good job keeping their motors together, doing what they need to do. Even the ones that run fast. Pap did an awesome job. They came out of the gate. They showed them who's boss. They had KTR behind them.
Yeah, he was on the tree too. God dang, that guy was killing it.
He was. Tommy ran his normal deal where he always does. Amber was right then. She actually burned a piston and threw the hood scoop off, which you never see out of that camp. And that right there, I don't know. I felt like if Jimmy was there, he might have could have run a 2 or a 3, maybe in that kind of condition. And here's my feeling about this. If Jimmy wanted to come run Pro Boost, if I want to run Pro Nitrous with a 632 and 1 kit and my car passes tech, that's my prerogative. If he wants to bring a nitrous car over to Pro Boost and run, then there needs to be a rule for a nitrous car in Pro Boost. Come on with it.
Sure.
Come on with it. I agree.
He's beat me. I've beat him. He
Yeah.
beat me. He
Why
beat me
not?
in World Series a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Make a rule
I
for him.
agree. And Fred Scribe is the obviously the champ, and he struggled this weekend, but you got to be, I think, over in that deal. And if you do what they're doing, I mean, there's, like you said, 2 or 3 teams that's willing to put Pistons in every run.
It's a lot of money, man. A lot of money, a lot of time.
But
I mean,
I'll
tell you like it. I'll tell you just like it is. And Halsley is a dear friend of mine, and everybody in Nitrous, I still respect everybody there. But with him not being there, I felt like maybe there was a little pressure off some of the guys. Like they're not just out there running for second. You know, like maybe the best thing was for him not to be there, and it kind of showed some of the other guys that, hey, I can step my program up, and I can do this, and I can do that. Jim didn't win. The finals last year was Scriba and Schrader. So, I mean, he can be beat, but you know, he's got to make a mistake.
But he had his backup car then, didn't he?
No, that was the first race of the year.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, but
what was the fastest ET for a nitrous car for the weekend? What was the fastest ET?
I don't know what the number 1 qualifier was. I want to say it's 64.
Did they go 60?
They went 65 in the final, 65-2, 65-1. Okay. So
see, they beat me.
Yeah.
So that's better than what I thought. That's fast.
Yeah, that's way better than what I thought. I didn't think it was that good.
I mean, there was a lot of guys there that had picked up their program, though. There was a lot of guys that were mid-70s players, now low 70s, high 60 players that are in there. They just haven't figured out that night session. And Steve, you say the same thing. You know, that night session's tough. You got to hang your wang out to go fast. And that's the hard thing to learn. And even as a nitrous racer, I was never number 1 qualifier, maybe once in my life. I was always that mid-pack guy that could race in the heat, and that's where my stuff came in advantage. But I think the burnt biscuit got him a little upset. I don't think Lyle meant to make him upset. I think Lyle was just voicing his opinion, and I think he just got a little pissy about it.
It's social media. You put it out there.
Is, and it can't be like my dad. My dad thinks everything on Facebook is true. I mean,
I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah,
I remember that from the scooter.
Steve, do you even have Facebook?
I got a Facebook.
Oh, okay. I thought you had MySpace.
No, I got all kinds.
He's still there. He's still logged in on MySpace.
I don't know what. I give me something to do when I'm after dinner. I don't know.
I'm tired of looking at that gold fucking check back there. I know that.
Which one?
The one you got there. I'm tired of
he only got 15 grand for that race.
That's what it looks like.
I didn't get shit for that race. Gene got that check, but I got that right there. That's worth more than the money right there, baby.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
it's tough. This whole deal, let's be honest, whether it's nitrous, blowers, whatever. I mean, none of us make the rules package. I mean, Jason probably knows more about the nitrous compared to the blowers and all that stuff than either of us. I don't know anything about that shit, except it looks pretty at night when it blows up in the air and they blow the scoop off. That's pretty cool when they blow.
Yeah, that's very cool. I've done that.
Cool shit, but
you got to get over the scoreboard. That was always my goal.
Yeah. I still think Jim Halsey needs to be in pro nitrous because he is the face of the class.
Yeah, and I respect Jim, and Jim is one of the reasons that I kept racing. And he put me to try harder, even in nitrous. Because I won 14 without him, and then I won 18 with him. And it was tough. He's a tough racer, and I hate to see him not there. But he's going to chase the money. He's going after Haney. I bet you he's going to be out there Haney, but he's going to have to deal with them damn twin whistle turbo.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And at the end of the day, that with Lyle stirring the pot, bad publicity is always good publicity for both sides. Social media. Lyle's going to express his opinion, what he thinks.
Yeah.
Period. Doesn't matter. Jim's going to do the same, and they'll do it in a tasteful way with Facebook or whatnot.
Yep.
They'll let the chips fall where they may.
Or we'll just get one big ass grudge race out of it.
Hey, whatever they want to do. I want to see a Midwest versus PDRA. I want to get us, we'll meet.
That would be awesome.
You know what I mean? You take your top 5 guys. We'll take our, 2 guys in nitrous, 2 guys in Pro Boost, and we'll have 1 alternate.
Yep. No turbos, and let's go.
No little big ass turbos. Well, Mickey'd have to be in it because he's the only top guy. That's fine.
Yep.
And then we'll go somewhere middle of the country and battle it out and see who's the best.
That would be awesome.
I think they should put it together. I think they should
put that together, Westbuck.
Yeah, Haney, somebody. I know.
Haney, put that together.
Yeah,
Tommy Franklin. Somebody get that shit together.
Yeah. So, and something that they're working on for Virginia and maybe some other races are they're going to take the top 4 qualifiers in Q1. So fastest 4 in Q1 in nitrous and in boost, and they're going to run them the next 2 rounds for maybe some cash.
I like that. Yeah,
so let's say me, you, King, and Melanie are the fastest of Q1. Q2, we would ladder up and run each other, and then Q3 would be the finals, and they're going to do it nitrous and Peru. That is not 100%. I heard it from a little squeaky mouse that maybe some money would be coming our way for both classes. Just a good guy wants to put in some money.
Something different.
Yeah, I know like that. It's talking about, we used to do Boost Wars, and nobody really understood what was going on with Boost Wars or the Bottle Wars. And so this is something that we can kind of do a shootout inside of a shootout. I think that's good for us. And if a guy wins it, he wins his entry fee back, or whatever. I don't care. I mean,
I think it's good for the whole sport to give the fans something to look at, even during qualifying.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that will be something good to look at. Maybe that'll happen in Virginia. So Virginia's coming up next. What, a month? I don't even know.
Yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You ain't got to even work. You just need to. I think Jason's got to close up shop.
Jesus Christ. Work is getting in the way of racing, and racing's getting in the way of work.
I know.
Right. Bullshit. Bob, send him his inheritance. Bob, where you at? Send him his inheritance.
Yeah. Only inheritance was a payment book.
I believe that. I believe it.
So we go into Virginia. It's either going to be 55 or 95. So
yeah, that's a roll of the dice.
Yeah. So we'll
have they said anything about Thursday? Are we qualifying on Thursday or no?
Going back to the normal schedule, or I'm gonna kick Tyler Crossnose ass, like literally. We should go back to the normal schedule and do our normal deal. I understand why he did it, and it makes sense once I thought about it, because weather, if it had been 50, 55 degrees, it would have worked out perfect. But guess what? It didn't. It's North Carolina, and it was 90 degrees. So we didn't have any rain for the first time in 100 years, I think. But it rained like
the drought is over.
So
I prefer to run in the daytime anyway. My car's better in the day. So I'm just
so now all of them are going to be in the daytime, so Steve King can win.
Well, I mean, if we're going to run this deal, let's run it where my car is happy.
Yeah, it's all about you.
Exactly. No, I don't. What did we usually do? 2 on Friday?
No, 3 on Friday. We did
3 on Friday. Okay.
12, 2, and 6 or some shit like that.
Hey, you guys talk about that. I'm going to take a break. You know, it's an hour. Come on.
Jesus Christ. He just peed right before we got on here.
Hey, our tech director's over here to the side of her phone trying to figure out how to black him out now up to the top.
I hope he's got the mic on so we can hear him piss.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I don't know what camera he's got, but it's really nice, and mine sucks. So
yeah, it's good. You're up there. It's all darked out. I don't even see your car or anything in the background no more.
I'm gonna fix it up. I'm getting my stage set. Shut up.
You gotta get your production team on that.
I ain't got no damn tie-dyed whatever that is.
Look at that shit, man. You gotta admit that is my secretary got some shit up there. I think she's from the 70s or some shit.
So whatever. I mean, I'm gonna send you a party time flag you can put over that.
I'll put something up. Hey, I got a hat and a koozie from Bob.
I got some World Series. I got some World Series winner shirts and hats and koozies from. Believe me, Gene gave me a koozie right off the bat.
He wants you to drink from that.
That
man's so happy. I ain't sure he ain't still running naked through Jersey.
Let's give a shout out to Resolution Racing.
Yep.
They did a good job this weekend. CJW Solutions, old Chad Wright. If you need any parts or anything like that, if he don't know where they're at, he'll go steal them. So
you'll steal them up there.
Yeah.
100%. I didn't wash my hands.
Yes. Well, you're at home. I don't care.
How about Mr. Mead? Mead, I took your little shootout money, and I'm thankful for it. Helped buy me a couple little things. He's
What
on
shootout
there.
money?
I got some shootout money from Mr. Mead back a few years ago at Yellow Bullet.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So, Jeff, anybody you want to talk about before we get off here?
Well, is the Ghetto Sleigh sticker still doing okay on your guys' golf cart?
Yeah, we seen
Started
that.
a war. You started a war with that, just to let you know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I was a little nervous.
You may not win that war. I'm just going to let you know.
Yeah, I know.
You're lucky I did not have a Kamala sticker left. You would have got on it.
Or an Amish slow-moving vehicle.
Slow-moving the horse ride thing. Yeah, that's
I'm
all
going to
right.
let you know. Sometimes things show up in the mail. Just saying.
Oh,
my
great.
God.
Great. Now, I told the guys it was about 2 days after we put the stickers on there. I'm like, oh, these guys are screwing with us. They're really screwing with us now because they're not doing shit. I'm like, go look on the side of the trailer right now because I'm thinking someone's wrote transgender Rudolph or something on the side of there.
Don't worry, you'll find it.
We were going around the truck all weekend long thinking, oh, they're going to screw us right now.
If you haven't found it yet, you're going to find it. I promise.
I was going to put something under your car so when you went to tie it down, you'd see it, but I didn't. I didn't have time. I was over there pissed off because I had something go bad. And
he was pulling one spark plug out to put it in.
Yeah.
I almost got screw blower with one spark plug out.
Oh, Lord.
Somebody asked if you were coming to the Midwest this year, Jeff.
I am.
You going to chase that money?
I'm going to do a couple of them, maybe 3.
Why not? You're up there where they're at. I mean, the money's there. Somebody wants to pay my ride.
I'm not going to run points for PDRA. I can't make all of them.
Yeah.
I've chased the points several times, and not in PDRA, but in NMCA and the Nitrous Pro Street deal and open comp and all that stuff. And it's too committed. I can't be that committed to it and say, hey, I'm going to do every single race. I like to go to the races that are more convenient for me. At that time, if there's someone throws out a big money race, you goddamn right I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there on a big money race. Those are my favorite races.
I agree. If they were closer and I had them budgeted in, as far as fuel money, I'd definitely go out there because that's where the money's at.
Yep.
He's paying big money. Hats off to Haney and them guys.
Yeah.
Stuff goes this weekend.
It's hard to beat that 3.5 hours from my house, 4.5 hours from my house. I don't have to fly. I actually get to drive my rig.
There's the young man that's turning.
Yeah, I guess he's telling us it's time to get off here.
He's the one that comes up and says, guess what, Dad? It's time to go to bed.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, it's been good, and we'll see you next time.
Before you get off, did he put the spark plug wire on number 7?
You might have. Did you put my spark plug wire on? He don't even know what a spark plug wire is.
See?
It's all good.
Yeah.
But,
so
it's getting late. It's almost my bedtime.
Yeah. I know what Matlock's on or Gunsmoke or something.
Yep. I think the NCAA tournament's on.
I got 2 of them in here now. Jesus. Oh, shit. The game's on. I forgot about that.
Yep. We're going to get the second half.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we'll check back and we'll be back at it. This is boosting bullshit.
Bullshit.
All the love.
Cover your ears. Cover your ears.
Cover your ears. Hey, Wes Buck's coming to Virginia, so he's coming.
He was there this weekend. I saw him.
Is he?
Yeah, he was there right there at the end. I saw him. So Wes Buck, he talked us into getting these fancy microphones and all this crap.
Look at that. Look at that.
Jeff, I don't know what camera do you have? Because yours is really clear.
My camera? It's just on my laptop.
Jesus, that thing's like high def. I can see all your wrinkles and imperfections.
You got all that shit. His hair is perfect, though. Look at our hair.
54 years old. Why do you think I got to go to the bathroom all the time?
All right, boys. All right, boys. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right.
That's right. See you guys.
All right, guys.
We're out.
Peace out from the T-shirt girl.
Let's go.
ET Edits.
ET Edits. Like, subscribe, follow.
Like, subscribe, follow. She talking all that shit.
I'll see you guys.
All right.